North Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, and thank you for being here, Mr. Comey. You've identified Mr. McKay as one of the people who was recommended for removal, and he was, in fact, removed. Was Mr. McKay included among the weak performers that you identified to Mr. Sampson?
No, sir.
Did you consider him an ineffectual manager or prosecutor or someone who chafed at the administration initiatives?
No, sir.
Did you communicate any negative assessment about Mr. McKay to Mr. Sampson?
No, sir.
It was suggested that Mr. Sampson had concerns or that concerns had been raised about Mr. McKay while Larry Thompson was the deputy relating to the murder of an assistant U.S. attorney named Thomas Wales, in which Mr. McKay had requested some action by the department, that Mr. Sampson would have checked with you as the current deputy about that before using that as a basis for recommending Mr. McKay be placed on termination list, and that this may have been a reason he appeared on the list in March of 2005. Do you have a response to that suggestion?
I don't remember discussing that tragedy with anyone other than Mr. McKay, and it was simply briefly to talk to him about how awful it was, and for him to express he cared very passionately about finding the person who killed his AUSA, and I don't remember any of the discussion besides that.
Were you aware of any impropriety or inappropriate behavior by Mr. McKay in connection with that death?
None.
Okay. Some concerns were expressed about Mr. McKay after you left as Deputy Attorney General and after the March 2005 list was put together concerning the links information sharing system, and some suggestions that this may have had something to do with his staying on the removal list. How would you respond to that?
I don't know whether that played a role in him ending up with a line through his name. I guess I wasn't supposed to have favorites, but John McKay was one of my favorites because he is a very charming and, as I said, passionate person, and he cared about something I cared an awful lot about, which was information sharing. And he and I both believed that it was absurd that our children could Google and touch billions of pieces of information, but someone chasing a serial rapist could only find out if other police departments had seen a green car by calling every police department and asking if they'd seen a green car. And we both had this vision that we ought to leave a legacy of law enforcement being able to Google and catch bad guys. And that's what Lynx was, an effort to put that technology in place. So I worked with him pretty closely. I was inspired by him and thought he had a terrific idea and was making a real difference with this Lynx program.
So the characterization that the Seattle Times reported in which it quoted you as saying that Mr. McKay was a person of, quote, passion and energy and could wear his heart on his sleeve, but never had any issues with him being insubordinate, would be a correct assessment?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
And I take it then the view of Mr. McKay was that he was a strong performer?
Yes, sir, very favorable.
Do you have any information or idea from the source of the department, the White House, or elsewhere that Mr. Sampson may have gotten his evaluation and recommendation to terminate Mr. McKay?
I have no idea where it came from.
Out of the 3 U.S. attorneys who were terminated, who testified before this committee and were recommended for termination on the 2005 list, would you disagree that performance justified termination of any of the 3 of those individuals?
As of the time I left, I was not aware of a performance-related reason that the 3 folks we've discussed should be terminated.
And in contrast, if you turn back to page 1 of the chart, that's OAG 6. Is there a U.S. attorney whose name is listed in bold on that page as someone recommended to be retained as a strong U.S. attorney who had produced, quote, produced, managed well, and exhibited loyalty to the President and Attorney General. Can you find that person?
Yes, sir, Mr. Ryan.
And is that the same Mr. Ryan who you had identified just a few minutes earlier as a weak performer, as one of the weak performers that you identified?
Yes, sir, I had. And I a lot of people have been hurt in this process, and I don't mean to hurt Mr. Ryan by revealing that I made that recommendation. He's a fine guy. He just had management challenges in that office that were fairly serious. But I hope he's landed on his feet and is doing well.
The time of the gentleman has expired.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.